We just need... Please don't.
Almost 10 years ago now, in the year 2013, I was in a pretty bad place in life. It had been a pretty hard year for me, where I had pretty recently dropped out of high school due to extreme stress, anxiety, and exhaustion, and not feeling like I belonged at the school I attended to, even after I switched twice. With every single fiber of my being, I tried to force myself for months and months to stay, but no matter what I did, I just couldn't make it work. I felt like I was slowly dying inside more and more every day that went on, and I was starting to hate life. So that eventually made me leave. The result after I dropped out was me being so ashamed of my failure that I started to hide completely from every single one of my friends for over a year, just to avoid having a conversation about it. It was rough and lonely, but what kept me going was video games, and my, thankfully, very supportive family. I have always loved video games, ever since I was a little kid, and I will always love them, but at that time it was truly everything. It was my one and only escape from my pretty severe depression at that point. Eventually, there was this one particular game I was very excited for, called The Last of Us. And I just knew from the first teaser trailer and E3 demos and so on that it was going to be something special. I mean, being from the same studio that created Uncharted, Naughty Dog, I could not wait. After years and months of waiting, the day finally arrived. The release day of The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3. And I still remember the day like it was yesterday. I played the intro and I was completely blown away by it, while also being heartbroken by the death of Joel's daughter Sarah. The characters are all masterfully done, but Joel especially is something I instantly felt connected to, despite being in completely different circumstances in life. He was a person who disliked the world, others, and parts of himself. But something came along eventually that changed his entire worldview and made him want to fight and love again. I have never gone through the vast majority of his experiences, and I hopefully never will, but I still connect to him on a personal level with how he gets his hope back from the darkness. I cried a lot when I played my first playthrough of The Last of Us, with a horrific but also very beautiful story, and it was an experience I'll never forget. The game was so amazing that it woke something up in me, and if there's any line of dialogue that I always think about in hard times, it's the scene with Joel.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for.
It's a line that I think about in my darkest days in life, that remind me that the things will most likely get better and that it's worth fighting. No matter what, you'll eventually find something worth of doing so for. At a time of darkness, the game was the glowing firefly in the dark for me, and to this day, I really love it with all my heart. It's a game I've played every single year since release at least 4 to 5 times, and now it's easily up into 40 plus times in total, and there will be many more throughout my life. And that's not even including the HBO series yet, but the first 2 episodes were awesome. Since 2013, I returned and finished the school I missed, and I feel a lot better overall. I still have bad days, like every person out there. But without The Last of Us, I'm not sure I'd be here at all today. It's the greatest game of all time, in my eyes, along with the very divisive Part 2. and I don't think anything can ever change that for me. And by the way, if you don't like part 2, I respect that, it's fine. I really want to end this video by thanking Neil Druckmann and everyone else who were a part of making these games. I can't begin to tell you how much they mean to me. It's easily my favorite series ever created, and that goes for all mediums. Again, in my opinion. This has been a very personal video for me, and it's not something I'll do often, but it's something my heart was screaming at me to make. I did not go into everything that made me depressed, of course, as I like to keep some stuff private, but what I told you in this video was some of the biggest things. If you're going through a bad time in life, remember to look for the light, and you'll very likely find something worth fighting for.